Do you know what foods to avoid with cancer? Let's find out together. Cancer needs a lot of energy, and certain foods feed cancer cells better than others. Plus, there are common foods we eat that actually contribute to the formation of cancer. Here are 9 foods to avoid with cancer. Refined carbohydrates and sugars. When you eat refined carbs and sugar, your blood glucose and your insulin levels become so high that you have increased inflammation and increased risk of cancer. People who eat a diet high in refined carbohydrates such as white bread, white rice, pasta, soft drinks, and fruit juices are more likely to develop colon cancer than those who consume mostly whole grains and complex carbohydrates such as vegetables and fruits. Microwaved food. Microwaves denature the protein and fat in foods, making it hard to digest and much less nutritious. And microwaving in plastic causes the plastic to actually get into your food. But what's worse is microwave bags, boxes, and wrappers. The lining of these microwave-friendly containers contain perfluorinated compounds, or PFCs, to resist grease and prevent leaking. PFCs also exist in Teflon pans. These PFCs break down into chemicals that some researchers believe will cause cancer. Food dyes. Research indicates that these dyes contain carcinogens such as benzidine and cause cancer in lab animals. Health researchers and food safety officials express concerns over their continued use, but manufacturers continue to add them to candies, sports drinks, baked goods, and salad dressings, even medications. Overcooked and burnt foods. When you burn food, chemicals called heterocyclic amines, HCAs, or polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons, PAHs, form. And consuming these chemicals have been linked to ovarian and endometrial cancer. These chemicals are the result of amino acids and sugars and creatine reacting to high temperatures. Avoid eating overcooked and burnt foods. Excess red meat. Studies show eating more than 18 ounces of red meat per week can increase the chance of colorectal cancer. But processed meats like cured, smoked, salted, canned, or dried are even worse. The World Health Organization warns that the daily consumption of even one hot dog or a few strips of bacon increases the cancer risk by 18%. Salt, cured, and pickled foods. Now, researchers note a 50% greater likelihood of stomach cancer associated with the consumption of pickled foods, especially in Asian populations. While eating fermented foods can be beneficial to improving gut health, avoid commercially cured foods. Alcohol. While moderate alcohol consumption can be beneficial for heart health, heavy consumption has been linked to 5.6% of all new cancers and 4% of cancer deaths. And that's not a big percentage, but overdoing it can cause problems. Since genes encode the enzymes involved in metabolizing alcohol, genes play a role in your chances of developing cancer as a result of drinking alcohol. Heavy or regular alcohol use also increases the likelihood of developing cancer of the mouth, pharynx, larynx, esophagus, liver, colon, and rectum. Now, there's a lot of mixed messages about what to eat and what to avoid to prevent cancer. Join us in our free hormone reboot training and get access to the same nutrition plans I prescribe for my patients. Hot beverages. Consuming a beverage at temperatures higher than 140 degrees causes thermal changes to the cells that line the esophagus. A study in the International Journal of Cancer showed a connection between esophageal cancer and hot beverages. If you drink hot beverages before letting them cool and also consume alcohol and smoke cigarettes, your chances of developing esophageal cancer increases 5-fold. Dairy. While the calcium in dairy products may lower the risk of colorectal and other types of cancers, heavy consumption of milk and cheese may increase a man's risk of prostate cancer. According to the Physicians' Health Study, a 28-year study of more than 21,000 men who consumed more than 2.5 servings of dairy products each day were more likely to develop prostate cancer. There is no good research that shows that any particular diet, like a vegetarian diet, for example, can lower the chance of cancer coming back. So it's best to stick with a balanced diet with lean proteins, fruits, vegetables, and whole grains. I'll see you in the next video.